from ISRO, carrying the Aditya L1 spacecraft, which is the first Indian spacecraft that will be conducting studies around the sun. Obviously, it's not going to be going very near the sun, but it is there to conduct those experiments. Live pictures now of the Prime Minister entering the command center. Like I said, to meet with those scientists. Let's just try and listen into some of that commentary coming in.
इन्हीं क्षणों का, इन्हीं पलों का प्रधानमंत्री को भी इंतजार था और वैज्ञानिकों को भी इंतजार। हम देख सकते हैं कि महिला वैज्ञानिक भी इस दौरान वहां मौजूद हैं और इन तमाम वैज्ञानिकों के बीच ये लाइव तस्वीरें हैं बेंगलुरु से, टेलीमेट्री ट्रैकिंग और कमांड नेटवर्क सेंटर से।
Nagarjun Dwarkanath continues to be with me from outside the ISRO Center in Bengaluru. Naga, the Prime Minister has, is he still there or has he left? We just saw those beautiful images of the Prime Minister, with the Nari Shakti of ISRO as well, Naga.
Well, that's true. I appreciated the women, especially in ISRO team, because they also lead the mission here. In fact, Assistant Project Director is Kalpana. She also is a part of the core team of Chandrayaan-3. And as we speak, the Prime Minister is just 3-4 minutes away from the HL airport to depart to Delhi. He has not got out of the car or out of the convoy anywhere else because of the traffic protocol. He's not got down. He'll be reaching HL airport for his departure in another 3 minutes is what we are told. He's almost close to the airport. But big takeaways is how he encouraged the women of ISRO as well, and then patted their back. Not just the chairman, but he also spoke about how each and every team member were quite crucial about Chandrayaan-3 and what next should we do from ISRO and how should the youngsters get encouraged from this. The morale should be taken forward. Chandrayaan-3 was a success, but it can't stop here. We already have Aditya 1 and then Jupiter. What next for ISRO is the big question. For that, the vision is for next 25 to 30 years. Not just today's youngster, but kids and children who are in school have to be encouraged to be interested in, to talk about space, to learn about space, and then put them in an organization like ISRO, so that both it's a win-win situation as well. We saw the Prime Minister getting emotional. He saluted the scientists. Of course, you and I have been following ISRO for the last few years as well. We also got emotional the moment the Chandrayaan-3 did a soft landing. We have all been waiting for, and the Prime Minister has been lucky enough to get briefed directly from the ISRO chairman as to what is the procedure, how did the ramp come down, what is the experiments that carrying out on the payloads right now, and what data are we getting. All of this first-hand information was given to the Prime Minister. Initially, it was the 3 people who received him, the director of ISTRAC, that is the command center, Mr. Somnath, as well as the project director, Veera Muthuvel. All of them greeted him and gave him a souvenir, a Chandrayaan-3 lander souvenir, as well as the framed photograph of the moon surface, the lander, the first photograph taken by the lander, and then the rover himself. These are historic moments because these photographs are taken from a place where no human has ever put a step, and India truly is lucky to be on the south pole of the moon today.
Really an incredible day. Naga, stay with me. I want to play out one more chunk of what the Prime Minister said. Even an even bigger thing. I mean, Shiv Shakti Point has been named where the Vikram lander landed on August the 23rd. But August the 23rd has been declared by the Prime Minister as National Space Day. And this is going to have far-reaching implications for India and the world, because on August 23rd, there will be events going forward courtesy ISRO. Now, listen into the Prime Minister making that big announcement and listening to the reaction from the ISRO.
हमारी युवा पीढ़ी को निरंतर प्रेरणा मिलती रहे, इसके लिए एक और निर्णय लिया गया है। 23 अगस्त को जब भारत ने चंद्रमा पर तिरंगा फहराया, उस दिन को अब हिंदुस्तान नेशनल स्पेस डे के रूप में मनाया जाएगा।
So August 23rd, Nagarjun, now becomes like almost like a the biggest day in the ISRO calendar. National Space Day declared by the Prime Minister. Many were actually hoping that something like this would be announced. What better day to be declared as National Space Day than the day when India made history on the moon?
That's true. In fact, the impact you'll know it, Shiv, after a few years as well. Every school will be celebrating National Space Day.
Yeah.
Every one of us would be celebrating National Space Day. And imagine the amount of experiments people would come out and get together and do. The planetariums in India would be having heavy footfalls on such days. I'm just quite excited about what would happen because India being such a large nation, imagine the talent pool that we have and knowledge that we have, and especially after data comes out of the lunar surface, what exactly is the lunar rocks, lunar soil made up of. We'll have much more wider range of knowledge as to what could be done next. For all I know, in next few years, I'm sure there's something being planned that we'll again go back to lunar surface, and this time around we'll bring back the soil. Even that machine is not far away, is what I'm told. It's still on very, very preliminary basis in an ideation stage, but India is very keen on doing that as well because China has already done it. It has bought back 1.7 kilograms of lunar soil. And why not India? We have already done successful landing. The only thing is successful takeoff from the lunar surface. I'm sure in the coming years, with having National Space Day as such, these are such projects which gets encouraged because of such days.
Very, very, very true. And remember, taking off from the lunar surface is going to be a prerequisite for the Gaganyaan mission. And that is something that ISRO is now bursting with confidence. After executing Chandrayaan-3, they are bursting with confidence. They've got the momentum, they've got the tailwind, they've got the political support, they've got the Modi mantra behind them as well. And ISRO couldn't be bristling with more confidence and energy right now to go ahead and achieve that next big step. Not just with Gaganyaan, but also with Aditya L1. Because on September the 2nd, mind you, ISRO will be blasting off towards the sun. They obviously won't be going all the way to the sun, but about 150 million kilometers from the Earth is where this particular spacecraft called the Aditya L1 will be headed to conduct India's first space study of the sun, the star at the center of our solar system. I want to just quickly recap for you what today has looked like since early this morning when the Prime Minister arrived. He got to the ISRO center. He was welcomed there. There was an exchange of gifts and framed pictures of those iconic photographs. The Prime Minister was briefed on the Pragyan and the Vikram, and then he made his speech. In a moment, I'm just going to play out for you, a lovely moment where the Prime Minister got very emotional and choked. I want to play that bit out for you because he saluted ISRO and then he got emotional and broke down. That is one of those moments that has already gone viral and is being spoken about. This was the human side of the Prime Minister with the people of ISRO. Take a look at this wonderful moment. Enjoy it. Here's Prime Minister face to face with ISRO.
आप सबको सैल्यूट करना चाहता था। सैल्यूट आपके परिश्रम को, सैल्यूट आपके धैर्य को, सैल्यूट आपकी लगन को, सैल्यूट आपकी जीवटता को, सैल्यूट आपके जज्बे को।
The Prime Minister has arrived at the HAL airport in Bengaluru and will be leaving after what has been a beautiful, emotional, very, very culturally significant morning with the heroes, the men and women of ISRO. And we will continue to show you these big pictures, get you the big reactions here on India